My name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast, #1 sports consulting podcast in the industry, coming direct, live and direct from our new studio out here in Las Vegas, which is sponsored by our good boys over there at betonline.ag. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my co-host. They call him the Big Skipper, most of the time the chiropractor, because he's straightening motherfuckers out left and right. Good afternoon, Skip.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
Buddy, I couldn't be more excited. Took me a day to recoup after Tuesday's day off with you
man.
over at the Gold Coast over there. Show up to just get a beer, introduce you to the agent. As everybody knows, we're going back on TV. Well, I don't think anybody knows, but the whole idea of doing the script for the podcast is to get our TV show syndicated, let everybody know. Everybody wants to see my life inside our life of guys that bet big and live larger, but had to introduce you to one of our new agents out there, had to pull you out of the bingo room. I guess you guys are chasing a major jackpot over there, you and the wife?
My
Well,
wife,
she is, right?
Well, my wife, my mom are chasing a progressive jackpot that is pretty high. It's higher than it's ever been. And
I don't think it's higher than I was that night.
no, you were pretty high. Yeah, that's a good point. However, yes, I've been joining them in the bingo hall.
Beautiful.
Chasing that very high progressive jackpot. They're there right now. Hopefully they're knocking it down for me.
Well,
See,
hey,
I'm bankrolling the project.
yeah, takes money to make money, doesn't it?
Yeah, I got them working right now in the bingo hall.
Good news is I go to meet Skip. We were just supposed to have a drink. A couple dollars later, I pound out a dealt. No. By the way, to get dealt a sequential royal, the odds are 32 million to 1. It's no different than hit a jackpot. I actually got dealt ace, king, queen, jack, 10.
I saw it.
Sequential royal.
Didn't even have to draw a card. They just laid it right out for you.
Just laid it right up. You know,
Unbelievable. Money goes to money, people.
Hey, it was the biggest dollar amount machine they had at the Gold Coast. Skip's Hangout isn't like my Red Rock.
Yeah.
They don't have the $100 machines. Shout out to the Gold Coast, though, for letting Steve Stevens come break you for the biggest jackpot in the casino that night. Just a light 40,000.
You were there for about 25 minutes and had 3 machines locked up for a total of 60 grand.
Nice, nice little 30 minutes. Just another day in the life of the Big Skipper and Steve Stevens.
Shout out to the GM over there, Kathy, a good friend of mine, runs the whole joint. She said, who is this guy?
A guy that's looking to get paid, sweetie.
Yeah.
They couldn't pay me quick enough. I'm into another one. What kind of guy hits the biggest jackpot and shoves money into the one next to it? When you hit the royal, you're supposed to be done. You know what I mean?
It was unbelievable. And if you're lucky, we'll put the video of it because I filmed a little bit of it.
You guys want to see the video? Let us know. Because 20 minutes after that, I hit the Keno machine for 66,000. So
yes,
just a light 110,000.
It was unbelievable. We had every supervisor in the fucking place.
Wrapped up.
The head GM of the fucking casino was
Everybody.
there.
Yeah, in high limits.
We had like 5 supervisors there. The GM of the fucking whole casino, like 3 security guards. They kept running back and forth from the cage.
What about the fans we had in high limit? We ended up getting 4 or 5 fans. You know, I gave them guys $100 each,
Yeah,
right?
no shit. They were flocking around like homeless
Boy,
people.
I gave them $100. This guy was ready to stab a motherfucker for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
At first, they didn't know who we were, and then they were like, oh, my God, that's Steve and Skip. Then they were willing to gangbang. They were actually watching the door for the 100 after that. You know
they
what I mean?
wouldn't let anyone else in because they didn't want us to give anyone else any money.
Tough times out here in the life of a Las Vegas situation. It's October.
We stopped by for a little 30-minute meeting, and before you know it, we're throwing hundreds in the fucking machine and locking the place up for 60 grand in a matter of literally 25 minutes.
Shout out to our agent, Jeff Donnelly. I think we blew him out the water that night.
Yeah, he didn't know
that was some true OG Vegas shit, what he got to see.
He didn't know what
right
the fuck was going on.
October 5th, 2017, podcast 139, and your bookie's definitely getting hit from behind. We've definitely been murdering these people lately, Skip.
I'm hitting them from the front and behind.
Front, back, and side to side, if you want to know the truth.
Oh, my God. 139, your bookie's getting hit from behind.
We've been kicking ass and taking names. Just want to let you know our shot is brought to you every week by betonline.ag, paperhead.com, betdsi.com, and TrueCore. Today we're going to recap preview some NFL and college football from last weekend. Also, we're gearing up for the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh, my God. Christmas is right around the corner.
When all sports are going at the same time. You just come from Thanksgiving eating the beautiful food. You got Christmas right around the corner. You got every sport, basketball, football.
It's Christmas every day around here, brother.
Well, every day's a holiday. You know what I mean? I don't know if every day's Christmas and all that, but because there's some things that happen around here that we wouldn't want to mix with Christ or Christmas. We'll say every day's a holiday. Yeah, we'll deck the halls with my balls on your bookies.
Deck the halls with my balls.
On the
la la
bookies.
la 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 la.
Absolutely. We're going to gear up today. We're going to go over some marquee matchups. But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast, our show.
Shame on you.
Well, yeah, where have you been? You been living in a cave or what? I'm the most feared sports bettor in the sports betting industry, period. Had a show on CNBC called Money Talks. They followed my life of a guy that bets big and lives larger. I deal with the biggest sports bettors in the world. The whole idea of the VIP Sports Podcast is A, the legalization of sports betting, and B, to make you guys at home better sports bettors.
Speaking of that, the Supreme Court's coming out with a date tomorrow for the big case, New Jersey, to get this sports betting legalization in full gear.
It better happen quick because they're pushing Christie out. Well, they're not pushing him out. His term's up. It's time to go.
They're coming out with the date tomorrow. So, it's going to be a big day tomorrow in the sports betting world.
Shout out to New Jersey. Like I said, we'll keep you tuned in if you need to focus in on maybe a vote or send it in a bill or a letter, whatever we got to do. But we got to support the legalization of sports betting everywhere. Taxes are too high. Skip and I have seen what it's done for the state. Marijuana has done for the state of Nevada.
Yeah, gotten people really high.
It's got people hella high, but it's only got people high that were already getting high.
Yeah, a lot of money flying around.
A lot of money's getting, but the marijuana bill was strictly for schools, to build brand new schools, to pave roads, and to make taxpayers pay a little bit less. Sports betting will be the same thing and 10 times bigger because everybody is already betting sports, politicians, businessmen, valet parkers, dope dealers, every time, grandma, grandpa, everybody.
As soon as it becomes legal, the closet door will open and they'll all come out.
So my job of the VIP Sports Podcast is to show you how to be a better sports bettor, bring you into my life of a guy that bets big and lives larger, and more importantly, have a guy out there that actually can do what he says he can do. There's a difference between a guy on the internet or Twitter or somebody out there claiming to be doing this, claiming to be a big sports bettor, claiming to be 80%, but the guy lives in Florida, Wisconsin, or Indiana, never even made a bet in his fucking life.
Well, here's all you need to know.
At least when
you're barred from making wagers in 75% of the sports books.
And it's recorded.
Here in Vegas, and it's all on tape. It's all been documented and videotaped. We don't make this shit up. I got no reason to lie to you. I got no reason to make shit up. I don't have to.
We're not guys that just talk about sports and have a fantasy of betting big when in reality you don't bet any sports at all. So what you're going to get out of our show is you're going to get taken into this fucking billion-trillion-dollar world of sports betting, live and direct from the guys that are inside the casino betting $50,000, $100,000 a game. Dealing with a guy like myself, have the opportunity to deal with me, a guy that consults the biggest sports bettors in the world. Want to give a shout out to Garth Brooks out there. Shout out to my big boys, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Guys that are laying it out on the line, betting big six figures and winning as well.
When you walk into the sports book and you say, I want $25,000 on game 136, and they look at you and smirk and say, Steve, you know damn well we can't take that bet from you.
Yeah, I'm done getting embarrassed. I don't even do it no more.
I mean, when I walk into the fucking MGM and they tell me fucking, Skip, come on, seriously? All I'm trying to do is bet 10 grand on a fucking game, and they're like, seriously, come on. I'm not going to take that from you.
So we're
not allowed to bet on any MGM fucking properties, any MGM fucking sports books.
So we're not a couple of guys sitting here doing a film recording to try to get you to believe a crock of bullshit.
I don't give a fuck whether you believe it or not.
I'm third generation born.
It's the truth.
Well, like I said, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I've been documented 11 times for 11 hours on CNBC as the #1 sports consultant in the world. See, the stock market rules the world. Everybody and their mom revolves around the stock market, and that's where the money's made. So what they did was they monitored me for a few years and seen that I accomplished things that they said were humanly impossible. So they put me on the Business Financial Network to show America that there's a hell of a lot more money to be made in sports betting than there is in the stock market or any other investment.
Faster, safer return on your equity.
300% in a week versus 10, 15% all year long.
Correct. So if you're out there betting sports, why in the world would you not want to find out where he's got his money? You'd have to be out of your mind not to know what he's betting.
Call us at 877-220-6540. If you're just looking for a free pick, go to our website at VIP Sports Las Vegas. We have packages for all sizes and shapes of sports bettors. Whether you're crawling or balling, give me the opportunity to blow your bank account up like a fucking tsunami. Because right now, if your bank account is low, does your bank account have the flu? Is your bank account smaller than mouse pussy? VIPSportsLasVegas.com. I'll make it bigger than it's ever been.
And if you've never bet sports before and you just love making money, give us a call.
Yeah, you don't have to be a sports fan to make money betting sports, guys.
Correct.
Matter of fact,
Correct.
I like clients better that don't watch the games and don't know anything about sports and treat it like a business, because those are my favorite clients.
My most successful clients, Steve, are people that don't even watch sports. Women that don't even watch sports.
Shout out to Jackie out there.
Yeah, women that don't even watch sports that just love making money. Because you know why they're the best clients? Because they don't get emotional about it. They don't get locked up in the game.
There's no emotion in sports betting.
They're not betting to watch TV. They're actually betting to make money. And the other reason is because they actually listen.
Correct.
They bet what I tell them to bet.
Versus a degenerate dog that already knows.
They follow the money management program. They bet what we tell them to bet. They bet it how we tell them to bet. And they're not taking profits that we're making them and going out and blowing it on games on their own or listening to some schmuck that calls them.
Money management and discipline.
That's correct.
That's what we teach every one of our clients. The formula for success. People in other shows can break down games for you all day. They can give you what it looks like on paper. They can give you fantasy stats. We're going to give you fucking reality. And we're not going to ask you to do something that we don't do ourselves.
Correct.
So it's a little bit different than a guy text message you in a game hoping that you're winning, or VIP Sports and Steve Stevens calling you asking you to bet the same game that I'm betting myself. When you get a call from a guy and he tells you to bet the house, best believe that guy lives in an apartment. Okay? If a guy tells you to bet $10,000 on the game, tell him to send you a picture of the ticket.
Right.
I guarantee you that motherfucker won't send you nothing. So if you want to take advice from somebody that's actually doing what I'm asking them to do, go to VIP Sports Las Vegas. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And when you click the subscribe button, make sure you also click the bell so we can rock your bell. Choose to receive notifications on all our videos, all our posts. We appreciate your thumbs up on everything. We read every one of your comments. You support us. We support you. We want to also welcome all the new listeners from around the world on Podcast One to the VIP Sports Las Vegas podcast. We're excited to be bringing you into my life, Steve Stevens, and this billion/trillion-dollar industry of what they call sports betting.
There's a lot of money out there.
Download new episodes every Thursday on Podcast One app, Apple Podcasts, or at podcastone.com. And if you're just listening to the VIP Sports Podcast and you're not watching it, well, you're definitely fucking missing out. You need to go to VIP Sports Las Vegas YouTube, the VIP Sports Podcast YouTube. You can see the big skipper, Steve Stevens. We don't look like we drank for 2 days straight. We don't look like I won $150,000 and blew it all.
Oh, my God.
How much money does a motherfucker have to be making to win $150,000 in jackpots on a machine, which I'm not even focused on? Made, $311,000 that day on sports? What kind of money you got to be making to where you don't give a fuck about 110? I'm a sicko, dude. I need help, dude.
You don't have to tell me.
I am a fucking sicko. But one thing about it is I can do whatever I want on my personal time. As long as I take care of business and make these people money.
More importantly, you take care of your kids and your family, bro.
Correct. Family first.
More importantly.
That's what I was just going to say, man. You can have all the money in the world. Skip can have all the money in the world. We can have all the jackpots. But the next morning when I wake up, taking the family to the park, playing with my kids, taking them shopping, Skip taking his son to the fucking football game, I feel better than when I hit the jackpot.
Well, the real jackpot is at home with your children.
Damn right.
Right?
Before we get into the show, I just want to give a shout out to my city. As you know, I'm third generation born and raised in Las Vegas. We had the biggest mass shooting in history of the United States happen out here from a psycho fucking lunatic, fucking piece of shit coward that happened out here in my city. And I just want to give a shout out to all the first responders. I want to give a shout out to all the victims and people that were involved. All my thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. I'm a victim of a home invasion. I've been shot 3 times in the chest. I am more familiar with gunshots than anybody else. I can definitely understand the pain of not only the gunshot, it's what you go through after being shot, the post-traumatic. Well, first of all, it's having your life in God's hands, hoping that you make it, hoping that you can get to a guy that can help you, and then from there, dealing with the post-traumatic stress, becoming a person and being mentally safe. So I understand what comes along with it, and I also knows what comes along with it, somebody passing away. It was a tragedy, and I really don't have any words for what happened, but I'm so proud of my city coming together Vegas strong, hashtag Vegas strong. If those first responders didn't get to that guy as quick as they were, Skip, it would have been more of a deadly situation than what we thought.
And all the off-duty first responders that were actually at the concert, and people that aren't even first responders by trade, just the everyday folk that was there, the everyday person that was there, people that were taking off their shirts to
City of Las Vegas,
use them as tourniquets. I mean, listen.
City of Las Vegas came together stronger than any city ever has for a tragedy. I'm not trying to say our tragedy, our people got together more, but when they called for help, we abundant. When they asked for blood, there was a 1.5 mile.
6 hour wait.
A 6 hour, 1.5 mile line down the road until the news had to say we don't need no more. It went from we need blood bad to you don't have to show up no more. When they needed money, we raised $10 million in 3 days. So, you know, our city came together strong to help what was a bad situation. I mean, people are going out on Twitter. Las Vegas' own friend of mine, Bryce Harper, you know, another Las Vegas boy, reached out this week to the mass shooting in Las Vegas, saying that the pride of Vegas runs deep and that he stands with the city. Well,
of course he does.
So do I. And I even heard like a lot of the boys from our new team out there, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, went down to the police department headquarters on Tuesdays. Room, of course, was filled with officers because people think of the victims. And, of course, you think of the victims because they're the victims. They got shot and they're hurt. But you don't think about the police, the fire department, and the medics, the people that are really behind the scene, the ambulance people, the doctors, the medics, the nurses, the guys that never even get the credit. You guys understand, their job is still going full time.
Yeah.
There's police officers like our sheriff that's just now getting to sleep tonight, that's been up for 3-4 days. But there's medics out there that are sleeping in the hospital, nurses that are going full time. I want to give my love out to you guys, the surgeons, the people, the medic people that are helping everybody. And more importantly, on a positive note, the fucking city that stood strong to let you motherfuckers know that we're not going for that can't be happening, and look for ways to make it a better city and stand strong and come together. And I love being from here. Shout out to all the victims.
Amen, brother.
Why don't we get into a little NFL football? Why don't we get into a little sports? Tell these people where the money is this week and brag a little bit about the tips that we gave them last week, Skip.
It's week 5 already, people.
I know.
Week 5 coming up.
You don't mind reading a couple pieces of the script there, do you? Or you want me to do the whole fucking show?
They only play 17 regular weeks. I mean, there's a bye week, so they play 17 weeks in the regular season. We're already coming up to week 5.
Yeah.
30% of the NFL season is over after this week, Steve. And we're heading into week 6 of college season, which means after this week, we're pretty much at the 45% mark. They only play 13 weeks.
Which, by the way, is usually the biggest time of the year for the company as far as volume and business, because this is when everybody realizes they can't do it on their own.
Yeah.
And the guys that thought they could are buried, so they're either out of the game or limping, looking for help.
Yeah, don't wait till you're totally depleted to try to find help. I mean, give us a call while you're winning or while you still got a little bit of a bankroll left.
NFL Week 5 brought to you by BetOnline.ag. With its management team together since 1991, BetOnline.ag is one of the web's most popular betting destinations, offering wagering on nearly every sport and event possible. Once you're in action, you'll see firsthand why BetOnline.ag has an A+ rating, including the earliest opening odds in the industry, the best live betting software in the business, and most importantly, fast payouts. Head over to betonline.ag today and sign up for an account using the promotional code ALLDAY and get a 50% welcome bonus instantly added to your account. BetOnline.ag, because you can.
Yes, you can.
Let's get into a little football, Skip. You want to go over a little recap last week? Why don't you talk to them a little bit why I get medicated so I can spit flames for these people today? Fair enough?
Well, we'll just go over a couple of things that we told you last week. If you weren't tuned into the podcast last week, shame on you. And if you were, you'll know that when we talked about the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions game, the information we gave you was priceless. It ended up being a gem. We said that the total in that series.
What was the main stat that we gave them?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
You're getting medicated. Okay. What is that? Where's that coming from?
This is my brand.
Look at the fucking size of that thing, Stevens.
What, bro? Are we doing a show or whatever?
Cheech and Chong, bro.
Yes, sir.
We said that the total has gone under 8 out of the last 11 games that the Detroit was at home against teams with winning records. The total and the total points scored in that game, 21. I would say that was an under.
I'd say that was an under as well, Skipper. We also said Chicago is 3-10 versus Green Bay and 2-10 this week before playing Minnesota. Green Bay easily covered 35-14.
3-touchdown winner. We basically gave it to you.
I don't know what else you want us to do, guys. I mean, but my point is Skip and I only go over marquee matchups. We don't go over every game on the board. We don't go over TV games. We go over games that you can get the fucking money. Games that we see value in, which means we allow you to put your hard-earned money on. Correct, Skip?
That is correct.
Houston won 57-14 over Tennessee. Deshaun Watson, as of right now, looks like a true superstar.
I told you, I love that kid.
Skip said that he was a superstar.
I loved him.
But, we're going to have to wait and see. But overall, he threw 4 touchdowns and ran for a 5th, finishing 25 of 34 through the air for 283 yards and one interception.
Yeah, I mean, he's a beast, Steve. I told you he was a beast. I said he was going to come right into the NFL and be a superstar. No waiting around for this kid. How they didn't start him the first game of the season is beyond me. O'Brien, you must have been out of your mind. But anyway, they found out real quick.
Real fucking quick. Enough of tooting our own horn. Let's get right into let's get right into some NFL. Let's get right into some marquee matchups. Why don't we start with the Sunday night game, if you don't mind?
Sunday night, Kansas City Chiefs, who I feel is the best team in the NFL. I think it's Andy Reid's year. But anyway, Kansas City -1. Speaking of Houston, this is going to be a barn burner Sunday night, Steve. Kansas City heading into Houston. Total on the game is 45.5. That's come down actually about 2 points. There's been some heavy money coming in on the under in this game. The Chiefs opened up right around a 3-point favorite. The early number went down to 1.5. Now it's 1. So there's been a lot of action on Houston, plus the points at home, and a lot of heavy money's coming on the under so far.
Well, yeah, the total has gone under in 3 of the Chiefs' last 4 games against the Texans.
In this series, the last 4 times they've met, 3 of the games have been unders.
Correct. The Texans are 3-21-1 against the spread in their last 25 games at night. Let me tell you again.
3-21 against the spread.
The worst in the NFL out of 24.
Houston.
Tell them again, Skip.
Houston Texans. 3-21.
They're not going to tell you this shit on ESPN.
3-21 against the spread, and that's the only thing that matters.
Games at night, it's winning money.
When they play in the evening. Well, it just so happens this is a Sunday evening.
Sunday night game.
Sunday night game.
Now check this out on the other side. The Chiefs, 8-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 8 games on the road. Looks like they're on the road out there in Houston. You read between the lines.
Well, now here's another situation where the line came out. It opened up. Houston was getting 2.5, maybe 3. Then it went down to 1.5 real quick, and now it's at 1. So a lot of early money came in on Houston. Well, apparently they don't know what we just talked about. So something's going on here again. We always say you can't look at a line movement and just think that that's money moving the line. Okay?
It could be a trap. It could be several different things. We discussed that with you guys several different times.
We just told you Houston's 3-21 against the spread on night games. We just told you the Chiefs have won their last 8 road games straight up and have covered the spread in their last 8 road games. However, the line just keeps coming down in the Houston's favor. Go figure. So are the odds makers trying to trap you Sunday night?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Or is that really sharp money moving on the game?
Go to VIP Sports Las Vegas.
Give us a call and we'll fill you in.
Because there's no money sharper than mine.
No.
Like, back in the day, a big guy, a wise guy, they're betting 10.
Hey.
I know a guy that knows a guy. His hair slicked back. He's fucking got 10 grand.
Hey.
We're betting 6 figures.
I got a guy that knows another guy who knows another guy that's in the locker room that knows the other guy.
And this guy told me that about the next marquee matchup. Jacksonville +8 at Pittsburgh, 43.5. Pittsburgh's came out, played pretty good ball so far.
They're looking pretty good.
They're looking pretty good. Steelers open as a 9-point favorite. The favorite team is 1-8. Now keep this in mind. The team that is favored in this marquee matchup is 1-8 against the spread in its last 9 games.
So in other words, the
underdog has won
8
out of 9 fucking times that they've played. Okay, guys?
Correct.
Write that down and circle it for you guys that are trying to steal information and don't have a couple thousand or a nickel to call. You know what I mean?
Pittsburgh is laying 8 points in this game at home against Jacksonville.
Yeah, the total has gone under in 13 of the Steelers' last 15 games. Write that down.
In early afternoon plays.
Yeah, in the early afternoon. Well,
so
it just so happens, Skip.
When they play
this game's early afternoon.
Yeah, when they play that 1 o'clock Eastern time game.
Oh, yeah.
When they play that early wave, like they do 90% of the time when the games are at home.
Cold.
A lot of unders. 13 out of their last 15 games have been under when they play that early wave on a Sunday.
That's fucking correct.
Woo.
And the Steelers are 7-1-1 against the spread in their last 9 games at home in October. When Rothenberg fucks his girl Doggy on Friday, Usually on Sunday, they go 8-0 against the spread. Those little stats we just throw to you because no one else gives them to you.
We just like to read them to you, and then you try to figure them out.
Correct. We just got to throw you off a little bit.
Because you don't want to call us and you don't want to invest a couple dollars. You want to try to do it for free. You want to try to do it on your own. You try to read between the lines.
They get it.
So we throw a couple of little bones out there for you.
Jacksonville ranks second in the league in rushing, averaging 149 yards per game, fifth in scoring at 27 points per game, and 10th in total defense, holding opponents to 313 yards per carry.
Yeah, they're
per game, not per carry.
They're silent assassins. I mean, they're only giving up barely over 300 yards a game of offense.
I'm not impressed with Pittsburgh. They look good. They always have.
I'm not sold on them either.
I'm not sold.
I mean, they look okay. They look like they always do.
Roethlisberger will end up getting hurt a little bit in about 2 weeks from now. He'll be out for 2 days.
He's getting old. He never stays healthy the whole year.
He'll come back in the playoffs just to have him lose one more time. So, obviously the future of Pittsburgh, this year, you guys want to be thinking about winning this year or doing whatever you can because
better keep Big Ben healthy.
I see your team getting weaker and weaker as the years go on. You got some rebuilding to do when Ben leaves.
Tell us about the Carolina Panthers who head up to Motor City to play Detroit.
Carolina coming in with an attitude. Carolina coming back like I told you guys in the beginning of the seaon.
Knocking off the Patriots.
I told you it was my sleeper, but is it really a sleeper when you're saying Carolina? Carolina's plus 2.5 at Detroit,
right.
43.5. I mean, the kid gets the biggest NFL contract in history, so that makes them a favorite against Carolina.
They're at home. Yeah, that's why they're 2.5 points. Listen, Detroit's playing good. I told you. That's my sleeper this year, Steve.
Well, the Lions continue to prove the doubters wrong. I'll tell you that.
14-7 win over Minnesota, an interdivision game last week.
Yeah, but easily covering a 3-point fucking spread as a road dog. Panthers have against the spread record of 2-2-0. While their over-under record is 2-2-0. Lions have an over-under record of 2-2-0, and they are 3-1-0 against the spread. Detroit Lions are 2-2-0 against the spread, or should I say against the over-under. The Detroit Lions are 3-1-0 against the spread. Lions defense have improved this year, giving up just 17.5 points. So here's what me and Skip are trying to tell you on this game. A game right here is a game you don't put a dollar on. It's not a game that you invest in. It's a 50-50 game on paper. People would just be betting off their hearts saying Detroit's playing better, or people are going to say Carolina beat the Patriots. But beating the Patriots right now, what's that saying?
Well, it's not
Detroit
saying
Detroit
much.
Playing at home, what is that saying?
Detroit's solid-ass team, man. Okay. I like Detroit in this matchup.
My point is it's a 50-50 matchup. It's a game I don't want you guys
Would I bet the game? No. Not if you say not to.
No, but one of those guys.
I would lean towards Detroit.
You know who we would give Detroit to? Guy that signed up.
$29 action better?
Let me know. A guy that signed up for a week of service, spent $250, record 5-1 for the week, betting $1,000.
He doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to upgrade for $2,500.
Right.
Once his last game of the last day of the service, you throw him Detroit.
Yeah, we'll give him something that looks good on paper.
Game wins, you come back and upgrade him the next day. If it loses, he should have spent the money and did what he was supposed to do.
See this, Steve?
Yeah.
Not my man boobs. The shirt.
I thought I was looking at your tits. I was about to say cute,
not my
bro.
man. Not my man boobs.
All right. Well,
look. Shout out to Doc. Fly, Eagles, fly. Want to talk about the Arizona Cardinals heading into Philly?
Actually, I do, because this is a game that I'm putting 6 figures on.
Oh, boy.
And like I said, is it going to be the game of the month, or is it going to be my total of the month? But we do have my game of the month on either a total on the side on this game. Arizona plus 6.5 at Philly, 45 total. Why don't you tell me about it, Skip?
Well, the Eagles open up at a 6-point favorite, 6.5 some places. The line has pretty much stayed right where it is. Favored at home by 6.5 over those Arizona Cardinals. Carson Palmer is second in the NFL in passing yardage with almost 1,300 yards, sitting right behind the one and only Tom Brady from the Patriots, of course. The Cardinals have won 5 of the past 6 meetings with the Eagles straight up, and they've gone 5-0 with 1 push against the spread in those games. So the last 6 times the Cardinals and Eagles have met, Cardinals have had the upper hand. We'll just say that.
Well, let's say this. The total has gone over
Under.
in 7. No, the total has gone over in 7 of the Eagles' last 9 games.
Yeah, yes, it has.
Okay? So, like I said, Philly, even though you're a diehard Philly, I'm the one that told you last week if I had to put my money, because you're also a Charger fan by nature. I know you. You're from Philly. You're a Philly guy, but I'd have to say you're more of a Charger fan. I don't know about this year with everything that's happened, but...
Well, personally, you know my feelings.
50-50. If it doesn't pay you, you don't give a fuck, right?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not loyal to any fucking team.
You're loyal to the money.
Yeah, I'm loyal to the money.
Okay, but last week I did say Philly would have the edge against San Diego, and it looks like they did.
They did. Well, they're the much better team. Much better team. San Diego's a disaster.
Well,
they should have fucking moved to the moon, not L.A.
Philly's won.
They're fucking horrible.
Philly's won 7 of their last 9 games at home, Skip, and owns marks of 5-0 straight up and against the spread in the team's previous 5 games at Lincoln Financial Field during the month of October. So what that means is they win in October. They've proven that they cover, and they win straight up. So
that place will be fucking rocking. That's all I have to say. I actually wish I was there. October's a beautiful time of the year back there in Pennsylvania, and that's going to be a hell of an event, a hell of a day. And I kind of
paint a picture for me. I'm not from PA. What's going to be popping down there, Skip?
Oh, you kidding?
You come out your house. Tell me what
you're going to head down to the link. You're going to You're going to get there probably around, what is that, at 1 o'clock or I think that's a 4 o'clock game or 1 o'clock.
So you head on down to the link.
You're going to head down there about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Couple beers, or what kind of alcohol do you start out with down there?
Couple of beers. Yeah, you're going to start out with maybe a Bloody Mary.
Depending
on what you did the night before.
Okay.
Okay. If you were out the night before, you're in for a long day.
Mimosa gets my heart.
Well, we don't drink mimosas in fucking Philly, bro.
Okay, cool.
You know, we're coming right out with the whiskey. Probably.
Love it. Oh, don't act. Well, you're looking at me like I'm some champagne fucking hoe. Listen.
Hey, you're the one that said fucking start my day with a mimosa.
I'm just saying.
We don't start our days with a mimosa.
I know what asked you to start with a mimosa.
That must be.
drank for a skinny motherfucker. I've drank more whiskey than a lot of motherfuckers you've seen. Skip.
All right. Well,
I'll sit there right next to you on a fucking 2-day run.
I can almost guarantee you this: there isn't going to be any fucking mimosas being poured at Lincoln Financial Field in the parking lot Sunday morning. Okay. Maybe a chick or two might be having one, but no, the guys are going to be breaking out a Bloody Mary or two. They're going to be popping open fucking Yingling lager, and then they're going to be hitting the fucking Crown all day, every day.
At the tailgate party, so you go to the game.
A lot of Jägermeister. Okay. They love their fucking Jägermeister back there.
Is the tailgate party pretty big out there in Philly?
Fucking huge.
All right, now.
People are going to be grilling. There's going to be Italian fucking subs, meatballs, fucking burgers.
Sounds fucking great.
Burgers, fucking ribs, chicken.
What about Philly?
There's going to be soft pretzels everywhere. The guy's going to be pushing around the cart with the federal.
With this OG Kush I'm on, I'm ready to fucking sign me up right now.
There's going to be plenty of fucking OG Kush flying.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
The federal soft pretzels in the parking lot. Yeah, it's going to be a party.
I love it. What about cheesesteaks?
Not in the fucking parking lot.
But I do want to say one thing about the cheesesteak, which people don't know much about. What did you say the original cheese is that you put on a cheesesteak?
Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
So for you guys out there that want that real Philly.
Well, we say it without, like with onions or without onions.
Okay.
Right? When you order a cheesesteak, you order it fucking with or without.
That's without.
That's with onions or without onions.
Okay.
If you get up to the fucking front of the line, you don't know what you want.
Get out the way.
You're going to the back again.
Yeah, it's either with or without.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, well, give me a without. Yeah. And give me 2 of them. Mm-hmm. So you got to be a real motherfucker from Philly to know that it's the Cheese Whiz as the cheese to make it an official Philly cheesesteak.
Absolutely.
Okay? You guys that got your pepper jack and your provolone and all that shit?
Put a comment in. Geno's or Pat's?
All right. Moving on to Seattle, plus 1.5 at the Rams. This is another marquee matchup. I told you guys that I wouldn't talk much about the Rams, but I have to. They've impressed the shit out of me. Doesn't mean you bet them. I'm looking at a total in that game as well that's going to knock somebody's fucking socks off. Seattle's 1.5 at the Rams with a 47 total. Seattle opened as a 2.5-point favorite in this game, Skip. Rams have been good offensively so far this year, in my opinion. I think they've been playing solid. They're averaging, 35.5 points through the first 4 games to rank first in the league.
That's unfucking believable.
It is.
There's a team that couldn't fucking score at all last year and is now
ranked number 1.
And is now ranked number 1.
Well, you got to blame the offensive coordinator and the coaches for working the fuck out of it that year, because you don't go from mediocre to number 1 overnight, dude.
Wow, it's pretty hard to do, yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you, the Seahawks erupted for 36 points in the fucking second half against the Colts last week on a 46-18. Absolute blowout winner in that game, Skip. Got the job done, put the money in the bank, and took care of our people.
Second half. You know, they were losing that game at halftime, 15-10.
Yeah, and pounded them 46-18.
They scored 36 fucking points in the second half. They put them to sleep.
But here's something that'll put you to...
I think the Colts might have been smoking that kush you got in the locker room at halftime.
This is what'll put your bookie to sleep, or should I say your bankroll. The Seahawks are 1-3 against their spread in their last 4 games against the Rams.
Careful.
So now they have a better offense, and the Rams have a better team. You better be careful. I got a total on that game. Like I said, Skip will be selling. I'm going to be in the office all weekend. that you can bet six figures on. Okay, and leave it at that. 1-3 against the spread. The total has gone under in 8 of the Seahawks' last 10 games. So the last
against
10
the Rams.
The last 10 games, it has went under. America and everybody's going to, like I said, it's a 47 number. They're probably going to move that line to 48.5, and the public and the books are going to push you to bet the over. That's the little piece of information that I will give them right now.
The last 10 times these two teams have got together, 8 times have been an under, and looks like, yes, you're correct. Money has been coming in on the under. The line's moved down about a half a point or a point so far.
Well, whatever the case is, Skip, those are pretty much the marquee matchup games that you got to look at. Like I said, Seattle and Rams, Arizona, Philly, Carolina, Detroit, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, fucking Houston.
Even though the Rams have looked pretty solid so far this year.
Be careful.
Let me just say one more thing about that game, people. The Rams are 2-9 against the spread their last 11 games.
Like I said, don't let the players be the only ones that get paid.
There you go.
We've taken the guessing out of winning, okay? We've taken the gamble out of winning. Let us do our job. Let's make you some money. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some NCAA. We're going to talk about some Major League Baseball, which has got me so excited right now. And we're going to tell you how to make your pocketbooks grow right after break. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
NCAA is going to be brought to you by our good friends over at Paperhead.com. Are you ready to start making real money? Then start your own business with the best player management software in the business. Paperhead.com. Built with exclusive tools to maximize your profits quickly and easily, Paperhead's source of user-friendly platform allows you to be your own boss and get a piece of this billion/trillion-dollar industry. Get a pen, jot down the phone number that's appearing on your screen right now, and you'll get Paperhead's stellar platform for just $3 per player. You heard it right, just $3 per player. When you call 888-978-0288, the deal is exclusively for the fans of the VIP Sports Podcast, so act now. If you're like myself and you bet big and you live larger, no better place than Paperhead.com. Fair enough? You do like making money, correct? I'm Steve Stevens. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm the Bookie Killer. Whether you're here in town on business or to flat out gamble, don't forget, sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry and you deserve your fair share. Call 877-220-6540 or go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, mention this ad, and get a $500 personal play absolutely free. See you in the winner's circle.
BetDSI.com. Over 20 years in business, A+ rated and fast and free payment of winnings with odds on all sports and global events. Get a free $25 right now to try the site and a 100% bonus on your first deposit. Go to BetDSI.com now because it's only a game until you bet it.
It is what it is. Anyway, Skip, we just went over a little NFL, told people what marquee matchups were going on, games that you could put your money on, games that you can, bottom line, get paid with. Not games that you can look to or...
Isn't that what it's all about, Steve?
Not something that may or may not happen. Games that are going to, bottom line, get the fucking job done. Put money in your pocket. That's what you're looking for, right?
I'm not talking about something that may or may not happen, people. I'm talking about something that's already happened. If I could take you by the hand and walk you right through this, would you come with me?
Buddy, if you had tomorrow's newspaper today, could you get a game in, yes or no?
Yes.
If you saw a $100 bill blown in the wind, would you pick it up or would you let it blow by?
Pick it up.
Then pick this game up and let me show you the fucking formula for success.
Let's talk about Friday Night Lights, Steve. College football. We got a doubleheader this Friday night.
A doubleheader?
Doubleheader on ESPN. The first game is Memphis, minus 13.5 at Connecticut. The total on this game is 71. Memphis is 3-1 straight up so far this year. However, they're only 1-3 against the spread. Their only loss has been on the road over there in UCLA when they were just outclassed, period. Out of the 4 games they've played so far this year, 3 of the games have gone over, okay? They were blown out last week, 40-13 by Central Florida. The odds makers don't know how to figure this Memphis team out, Steve.
I don't think they do.
They just don't know how to figure them out. I mean, they were 30-point favorites against Southern Illinois, and they only won by 13. They were 28-point favorites against Louisiana Monroe, and they won by 8.
Let's make them a 30-point favorite this year,
Yeah. I mean, now they're laying 13.5 on the road, and again, their only loss has been on the road. They're laying 2 touchdowns on the road in Connecticut. Their defense is absolutely horrible. Memphis has given up 145 points, Steve, in just 4 games. That's an average of just over 36 points a game.
Jesus.
You can't win games when your defense is giving up 36 points a game and you're going out on a road laying 2 fucking touchdowns and your defense is giving up 36 a game.
How do they even have a 3-4 record?
They're 3-1. Their only loss was to UCLA, as I said, but they don't cover.
I got it. Well, against the spread. Listen,
they're 1-3 against the spread.
When we talk about wins or losses, remember, we're talking about against the spread, guys.
Absolutely.
This isn't a podcast where we give a fuck who wins or loses. We care who gets the money and who covers the spread.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, like I said, they give up 36 points a game. The only good news for them is their offense also averages 36 points a game. So here's a team that can score. However, they can't stop anyone. They're laying 13.5 on the road heading into Connecticut. However, their opponent this week, Steve, Connecticut, the Huskies, fucking horrendous. I mean, they are fucking bad.
Well, I mean, 1-3 straight up, 0-4 against the fucking spread.
Here's a team that hasn't covered a game yet this year.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so this is the battle of dog shit.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And it's the first game of the doubleheader Friday night. Out of their 4 games in Connecticut, actually 3 or 4 of their games have gone over, just like Memphis. Both teams have played 4 games. Both teams are 3-1 to the over. Are you getting a little bit of a trend here?
Well, let me give you the trend. Their only win pretty much was against Holy Cross.
Yes.
And that's not saying much at all. I mean,
holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit is what I mean. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, so.
Connecticut's only win against Holy Cross, yeah, that's saying a lot. A matter of fact, they were 22-point favorites in that game, Steve. They won by 7. Okay?
Yeah, anyway, so there's a marquee matchup there. On the other side of the doubleheader, you got Boise at -9 and the Broncos. You got Boise State -9 at BYU, 46. Broncos have performed very well facing the point spread of 8 or less with a 12-4 against the spread mark in 16 games like this dating back to 2002. So there's a trend on this particular game, Skip, that goes all the way back to fucking 2002.
That's true. I mean, however, a lot of the action's been coming in on BYU. I saw some books this morning were down to 8 on this game, Steve. I got to tell you, I don't trust Boise State. I can't trust them more than a hooker. I mean,
that wants to hold your wallet?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
no thanks, sweetie.
Boise State is 2-2 straight up. However, they're 1-2-1 against the spread. They've only covered 1 game so far all year. They've got 2 overs and 2 unders. They were a 14-point favorite last week against Virginia, and they fucking lost the game outright by 3 touchdowns. Okay? Actually by 19. Close enough. I mean, did you hear what I said? They were a 14-point favorite to Virginia last week and lost the fucking game outright.
They should be fucking embarrassed.
As a 14-point favorite, they gave up 42 fucking points.
Can't do that.
The only road game this year for Boise State was a tough loss to Washington State, 47-44 in an absolute fucking shootout. So on the other hand of the coin, you got BYU. BYU's at home. In case you don't know, BYU stands for Bring 'em Young. And like I like to say, Steve,
urgent.
Bring 'em young and bring 'em often.
Oh, yeah?
BYU. What do you have to say about BYU?
Well, I mean, I know this for sure. They covered the spread as 13-point favorites over Wazoo, but couldn't cover 38 points versus Weber State. So,
right, exactly.
And lost outright 3.5-point favorites at Utah.
They haven't covered 1 game yet this year.
So I guess what I have to say
They're
is you say you
0-5.
don't trust Boise State?
Yeah.
I don't trust BYU at all.
It's just like the earlier game when Memphis and Connecticut. Yeah. You got 2 shit teams. Between the 2 of them,
I agree.
They're 1-7 against the spread.
I agree.
Now you go to Boise State and BYU. Between the 2 of these teams, again, 1-7-1 against the spread. You got 4 teams here Friday night that nobody knows how to cover. The only thing that happens is that the games fly over because none of them have any fucking defense. Okay? The thing about BYU, Steve, they're averaging 12 points a game.
Correct. So
Did
how
you
do you
watch
bet a
that?
total on it? How do you bet a total with a team that's averaging 12?
They're averaging 12 fucking points a game.
Right.
BYU.
Well, why do you think the line's 46? That's a pretty...
What happened to this BYU squad?
I was just going to say...
This is a school, I mean, come on, man. This is a school that used to just light them up and down the
Well, you want me to give you
field.
the answer? Did you see the FBI? Obviously, APB, the FBI has nothing to do. Did you see what they're doing to Rick Pitino? Did you see what they're doing to the recruiters? What do you mean what happened to the big schools? They won't allow the recruiters and the fucking people to fuck it out and do what they need to do to recruit. They get suspended. Who the fuck wants to go work for the NCAA team, recruit, be gangster, get these players to come, like Jerry Tarkanian used to send his son, Danny. Danny used to go in and get right in the mix, get these players over, let them get over to UNLV and get the job done.
Yeah.
Who wants to take a fucking job where you're going to catch a case from the FBI?
Not me. I can tell you this. BYU,
That's why these big schools are scared to fucking death to get in the mix.
BYU's won 4 games. They've lost, they won 1 game. They've lost 4 games, and they're 0-5 against the spread. They got quarterback issues over there. Tanner Mangum, he's been out pretty much for the last 3 weeks. He's got a busted up ankle. Their backup, Bo Hoge, fucked up his head. He's questionable for the game. I mean, when you got no quarterback and you're averaging 12 points a game, and on top of it, your defense has given up 80 points in the last 2 games to Utah State and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I smell fucking disaster here, Steve.
I do, too.
And at the same time, I can't trust Boise State.
No.
I mean, these are just fucking shit teams.
So this is what I'm going to say. You said it was a doubleheader. That's exactly what you're going to get, a double-headed dildo right up your fucking ass if you play either one of these games. So Friday Night Lights, you might want to go out, take your wife out to dinner, call me and Skip and ask what numbers to play on Keno or maybe a little video poker. We'll show you a different way to get money on Friday night because it's not going to be in that college football. That's for fucking sure.
You're going to get a doubleheader, all right. Double-headed dildo right up your ass.
You're goddamn right about that.
Now, listen. This is a good point. This is a good part, if you don't mind, real quick. Since we just told you there's a doubleheader dildo on Friday night, a bunch of shit fucking teams, this would be a great part to let everybody know about this week's promotion.
Skip,
on the other hand, Friday night might look like dog shit with those 4 teams.
Oh, but Saturday?
Saturday? Oh, boy.
And Skip, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to my good friend. They call him the Big Skipper. He runs VIP Sports. He's the #1 gun. He's got a promotion today that's going to knock your socks off. He's going to give you a promotion that's going to put a smile on your face. You could eat a banana sideways. And not only that, it's going to be affordable. If you can't afford what he's doing right now, turn this program off. Don't talk about sports betting and find something else to do. Fair enough?
The rest of the season.
Here you go, Skip. Tell him.
He has told me about a game this Saturday. I'm going to just tell you this. It's a West Coast game. I'm going to
West Side?
I'm going to narrow the game down for you, okay? I'm going to tell you it's a Pac-12 game, okay? Not only is it a Pac-12 game, this Saturday, Steve Stevens is releasing his Pac-12 conference game of the year. The single largest wager he'll make on a Pac-12 conference game the entire fucking football season. Are you listening to me? The Pac-12 conference game of the year. This is the kind of game you bet whatever you want to win. Are you behind on the mortgage? Are you ahead on the mortgage? Is your home paid for? I don't care. Bet the house, bet the car, bet the farm, bet your business, bet your 401k, bet your goddamn children, bet the fucking dog. That's the kind of game it is. This game will not miss. Give me a call at 877-220-6540. You can call me Friday to get yourself set up. Don't wait until Saturday to try to call because the phone lines will be jammed up, I guarantee. If you can't get through Friday, by all means, make sure you keep trying Saturday.
Not to interrupt your ad, but guys, if we tell you, if you put your phone number in on a Sunday and you don't get a call, obviously we're so fucking busy we can't get to you. Pick up the phone and call. Sorry.
Call
That's all
us.
I wanted to say. Sorry. Go ahead.
Fastest way to get a hold of us is to call us. 877. Call me this Friday. 877-220-6540. I'm going to get you the Pac-12 game of the year, $99.
That's a game that I charged $2,500 for, too.
It's a huge game. The biggest bet you're going to make the entire fucking season in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 game of the year, $99. And if you call me Friday before 5 o'clock Pacific, I'm going to go ahead and throw in Sunday's NFL Dog of the Week. He's got a dog on Sunday that he said is going to bite your fucking ankles off. It's going to bite so fucking hard, your bookie's going to beg for mercy. So Sunday, we're going to bark like dogs. Saturday, we're going to win this West Coast game of the year. $99, 877-220-6540. Let's make some fucking money this weekend. What do you say?
I say you better listen to exactly what he said, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to upgrade your future? Do you want a fucking second income? Do you want to get that beach house in California? Do you want to go ahead and grab those Louis Vuitton shoes that are $3,000? Does your girl need a new $7,000 Louis Vuitton purse? Could you use an extra couple $100,000 in your life? Maybe a new Cadillac truck, maybe a Rolls Royce, whatever your choice is. Don't you deserve the finer things in life? Doesn't your family deserve vacations? Don't your kids deserve to get whatever the fuck they want? Make sure you take advantage of this promotion because dealing with him will get you to me. He's not bullshitting when he tells you the Pac-12 Game of the Year, $99. If you don't have $99 to try us out, please don't call us or listen to us ever again. Moving on to Saturday, Skip. Number 11, Washington.
You said that so seriously.
Yeah.
Go, please don't ever listen or call us again.
Please. Saturday, number 11, Washington State, -2 at Oregon, the Ducks, 62. Now, the opening line for this matchup has Oregon 2.5-point favorites. Total opened up at 65.5. Cougars are 3-2-0 against the spread, and their over/under record is 2-3-0.
2 overs, 3 unders.
The Ducks are 3-2 against the spread, and their over/under mark is 3-2.
3 overs, 2 unders. So, you know, again, 50-50, right?
Now, let me show you this. Washington State is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games against Oregon.
Hold on. Say that again.
They are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games against Oregon, which is 100% fucking record.
Yes.
So you guys out there trying to read between the lines, yeah, in the
Five-
last 5
five-
games,
yeah,
they've won
5-0.
all 5. Covered and won straight up. Did what they had to fucking do.
Washington State is 2-8 straight up in the last 10 games
yeah,
against
straight up.
Oregon.
Correct.
However, they've covered their last
5 games, correct.
Correct.
So Washington State is 2-8 straight up.
In the last 10 games against Oregon.
30% winning percentage, but against the spread, 5-0 in their last 5 games.
Yeah.
So
Now, there's a perfect example, Steve, of how we always say,
you don't bet with emotion.
You don't have to stay ahead. You
beat
just
the
got to
spread.
beat the spread.
Goddamn right. Well, I think ours was a little deeper than that. It was,
Well, yeah.
if you want to get some head and beat the spread,
If you want to get some head, then you need to get under the spread.
you need to beat the spread.
That's right.
The total has gone over in 5 of Washington State's last 6 games versus Oregon. So let me just sum it up like this. In their last 6 games, Washington State has covered 5 out of the 6. And in their last 6 games, they went over 5 out of the last 6
So
games.
in this series, it's
Washington State and the over in this particular situation, Skip, on paper.
on paper. That doesn't mean that's what we're doing, okay? Remember that. On paper, this series is heavily Washington State and the over. If you want to really know what the fuck's going on, 877-220-6540, and we won't make you read between the lines. We'll just lay it right out for you.
Well, yeah, what, lay lines out for him? I don't
No,
think we want
lay
to
the
do that.
winner, lay the-
Oh, okay. I got all thrown off and shit. I didn't know what you were talking
Where
about.
the hell is your mind?
Anyway, Michigan State plus 10.5 at Michigan. Here's the deal, guys. Once again, we're only going to go over a couple more marquee matchups real quick, and then we're going to get into playoffs. But we only go over games that you can get money on. So another money game, Michigan State plus 10.5 at number 7, Michigan, with a total of 40. That's a low total, Skip.
It sure is. It is for a reason, though.
Yeah, break it down for me.
Michigan's opened up a 13-point favorite in this game. The line is now 10.5. So some early money, again, appears to be that they're taking the dog in this game, or the bookie's just trying to trap you. Michigan State is 7-2 straight up and 9-0 against the spread in its last 9 games against Michigan. So in this series, my friend,
That's fucking amazing.
Michigan State has covered 9 straight times
And they wonder why we're
against Michigan. That's probably why the line has gone down 3 points.
Unfucking believable.
We're probably not the only ones to know that. That's pretty much general knowledge if you're in the sports betting world. Michigan State covers against Michigan 9 straight meetings.
Yeah, well, Michigan, though, on the other hand, is 5-1 straight up and 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 games in week 6. I'd have, Michigan reached a 4-0 on the season with a 28-10 victory at Purdue 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
then enjoyed last week off.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Michigan had a bye week last week to get ready for this game.
Well, they had to do something, huh?
You ain't lying. So bye. We could talk about more college football, but we're running a little bit short on time today, Steve. I say we get into baseball. Talk a little bit about the playoffs real quick. Playoffs?
I'll just get into one more game that people need to know about. Miami -3 at Florida State, 46.5. It's a game that is a marquee matchup. It's a game that I have a lot of money going on, and I want you guys to be a part of it. Both teams affected by Hurricane Harvey. Florida State opened as a 1-point favorite. Miami's 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread on the season after dumping Duke last Friday night, 31-6. Florida State just picked up its first victory on the year, a 26-19 decision at Wake Forest. Miami's 1-3 against the spread, last 4 games against Florida State. It's a game I'm putting a lot of money on. Let's move right into baseball, Skip. Who's our baseball sponsored by?
DSI.
Get into it, brother.
Operating for more than 20 years, BetDSI is A+ rated and offers fast payments on winnings with odds on all sports and global events. From the players who demand it all, including office pools, poker rooms, horse wagering, skill games, to the whale bettors who just simply need a no-nonsense, high-limit sports book. BetDSI is the perfect choice. Head over to BetDSI.com today, create your own player account, and use the promo code Cheddar. Get a $25 free play. If you're looking for the best solution to place your action, go to BetDSI.com. That's BetDSI.com, where it's only a game until you bet it.
Goddamn right. Let's do a little recap. Yankees were a -275 favorite. The total was 7.5. The Bronx Bombers, let's just say like this. The total was 7. It was over in the 3rd inning.
Wow. Yeah. It was 3-3 at the end of the first.
Yeah, 7.5 total, so the game flew over, and the over was plus $1.10. The Bronx Bombers won 7-4, thanks in part to a spectacular bullpen performance, as you and I had talked about. Not to mention Aaron Judge, 2-run homer to make the score 7-4.
National League wild card, Yankees down the Twins.
Bye-bye, Twins.
The Twins, they had a great bounce-back season after a horrible year last year. Congratulations on making the postseason and the wild card. Our boy Irvin Santana, who we know loves us, by the way.
He follows us. He loves the VIP Sports Podcast, brother.
Irvin Santana's a great dude. We love the shit out of you. You had a great season. Keep your chin up. Keep your head up. You're a true competitor. You're a veteran. You're a great pitcher. You had a great season. Unfortunately, the wheels came off in the Bronx a couple nights ago, and the Twins season is over. The National League wild card game, Arizona, 11-8 victory over the Colorado Rockies last night, and the Rockies, Arenado season is over. Lemieux season is over. Blackman, goodbye. Arizona, red-hot Arizona, 11-8 victory in the National League wild card game last night. So the Rockies season is over. We got the Yankees and Arizona moving on. You want me to set the table for the divisional series set real quick?
Go ahead.
The divisional series is all set, okay? We got Boston is playing Houston. Matter of fact, that game's going on right now. Chris Sale against Verlander. Houston was $1.30 in this game. The total was 7. The Yankees and Cleveland, the series is set for Game 1 tonight in Cleveland. Sonny Gray takes the mound for the Yankees against Trevor Bauer for the Indians. Line on this game, Steve, Cleveland -140, total 8.5. By the time the podcast hits, this game will probably be in the 7th inning.
Yep.
Tomorrow, all 4 series are being played tomorrow, Friday, okay? Cubs are playing the Nationals. What do you want to say about the Cubs? 15-4 their last 19 games?
Well, I'd have to say they're pretty fucking serious. You know, the Cubs seem to come on when they need it, even though this year they've been very up and downish.
Well, they've had a great second half of the season. First half looked
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, last time I checked.
That's what she said.
Yeah, goddamn right. If you don't get something started, you can't finish. She's not looking for that 10 minutes. She's looking to get pounded for an hour and a half.
Yeah, with that 10 inches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now,
the teardrops.
Teardrop.
Yeah, you're not pounding your girl out, dude, until you look over and see that little teardrop, dude. Whoever can get that bitch to drop a tear, that's who she's looking to marry.
That one's the keeper?
Yeah, that's the keeper.
Oh, God, no.
Hey, her credit good. Her credit's good. You make her drop a tear, you got her.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, so the Cubs are 15-4, coming into the playoffs hot. Out of their last 15 games, Steve, 10-5 to the under. The Cubs, their last 15 games coming into the playoffs. The Nationals, they're just playing 500 ball, really. They're not hot. They're not cold. They're 8-8 their last 16 games. Scherzer got hurt. his last start in the regular season, so he's a little banged up. Looks like he's probably going to start Game 3. Let's see what happens. Should be interesting, Cubs and Nationals.
Let's, when we get into National League Division round, everybody knows we're talking about baseball. The National League Divisional round skips brought to you by True Car. When you're looking to buy a new or used vehicle, you want to make sure that you're getting the real pricing on actual inventory, and a lot of times this isn't the case. Have you taken the time to configure on a car online before, only to find out that the vehicle isn't actually available? With True Car, your problems are solved because the pricing comes from an actual dealer, and not just any dealer, but a True Car certified dealer, which is carefully curated network of dealerships around the country, committed to transparency and offering you a competitive market rate. With more than 3 million cars sold over 13,000 dealerships nationwide, True Car helps you earn an average savings more than $3,000 off the MSRP. So if you want to feel empowered and confident when you're buying a car experience, visit True Cars today. True Car, some features not available in all states. True Car, the future of buying cars is here. Let's recap that Arizona minus $1.44. The Diamondbacks 11-8, only after scoring the first 6 runs of the game and holding on Archie Bradley, a relief pitcher with 4 at-bats all season, triple home to insurance runs, 2 home and fucking insurance runs out of nowhere. A guy that doesn't even hit the fucking ball.
Yeah, just like
Gives
that.
him 2 fucking insurance runs out of fucking nowhere.
Well, that puts them into the series with the Dodgers. We pretty much all expected them to win the wild card for the most part. I thought the Rockies had a serious chance of winning that game.
Did you think the Rockies, that's the only reason why I want to brought it back up. Rockies played good this year, dude.
Hey, I thought they'd, believe it or not, I thought they'd jump up and actually surprise Arizona and steal that game yesterday. I mean, they scored 8 fucking runs. I mean, you can't win a game when you're giving up 11. So, right. The Diamondbacks earned a spot to play the Dodgers in the divisional series rounds. Game 1, we're going to have Tawan Walker against Kershaw, of course, at Dodger Stadium. Diamondbacks, just like the Nationals, they're just playing 50-50 ball right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Diamondbacks were fucking red hot. They were red hot just, 3-4 weeks ago. However,
were they hot at the wrong time?
Their last 14 games of the regular season, they're only 7-7. Their last 12 games, 7 overs, 5 unders. On the flip side, Kershaw at home at Dodger Stadium. Everybody knows the Dodgers had that big slide, right? They fell apart there for a little while.
Yeah, I lost money on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
Well, guess what? They're 8-2 their last 10 games heading into the playoffs. And out of their last 9 games, 6 of them have stayed under the total. So the Dodgers picked it up. They're back. 8-2. Kershaw on the mound, game 1. Diamondbacks are in a lot of trouble.
Let me explain something to you, though. Arizona won 11 out of 19 games against the Dodgers this season.
They have owned the Dodgers
They've
this
won
season.
11 out of 19 games, 11-9. So,
well, I mean, listen, they're in a lot of trouble. I got the Dodgers winning that series easily. We'll see what happens. But we're set, man. It doesn't get any better than this. It's October baseball. It's postseason. Fall is in the air. The leaves are changing colors. College football, Pac-12 game of the year this Saturday. 877-220-6540. $99 gets you the Pac-12 game of the year, the conference game of the year, and Sunday's NFL dog. Both plays, one price, $99. What else you want to talk about? You want to get the fuck out of here? You want to give a little motivation?
of course, I want to motivate the people. Just like Skip said, ladies and gentlemen, it's the best time of the year, not only to watch sports, but to make money. You got Halloween here. You got Thanksgiving here. Christmas will be here before you know it. Everybody could use some special shit for their family for Christmas. Everybody could use a couple extra dollars. Do you want to upgrade your future? Do you want to get that extra income that you're not getting anywhere else? Let me help you. Let me take you over and beyond what you thought was possible. I'll make you more money betting sports than you could possibly fucking imagine. Give me 1% of your trust and confidence. I'll earn the other 99%. All I need you to do is give me the opportunity to showcase my talent, and I'll take you to the fucking top. The formula for success is money management and discipline. Not only will I upgrade your sports betting abilities, not only will I make you the best sports bettor you can be, but I'll motivate you, I'll inspire you, I'll up your game, and I'll turn your mouthpiece into a water pistol / BB gun into a 9mm or a Uzi. I'll motivate you overall in life and make you a better person because you fucking deserve it. Don't you think there comes a time where you deserve to shine? Do you believe in karma? What comes around goes around? For every bad thing that's happened to you, or for every guy that promised to be the best in the world, or this investment was supposed to be this and it ended up being nothing more than a pile of shit in your backyard, don't you think there comes a time where you deserve something special? You fucking know you do, and it's fucking right now, and it's your time to shine. You deserve to have the finer things in life. It's a $1 trillion industry, and you deserve your fair share. It's a $1 trillion industry. Don't you think you deserve your piece? I fucking know you do, and I want to help you get it. Remember, it's you and I against your bookie, not you and I against each other. Give me the fucking trust and confidence that I asked for. Let me go to work for you. I'll hit the home run. All I need you to do is run the bases. You got to feel good to look good to make money. Keep positive people around you. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all. Whatever you do in your craft, when you walk into that business, you transpire into a whole different person, a guy that does whatever it takes to get the job done. Remember, if you're focused enough in your craft and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you should be working so hard you don't worry about what anybody else is doing. You don't let anybody steal your dreams. Anything is possible. I'm living proof. Go out there and get your money. Whatever it does, go to the next level with it. Don't take no for an answer. Call my company. Let me make you some money. And like I said, you deserve your share of this $1 trillion industry. I'm going to help make sure you get it. On behalf of VIP Sports, myself, my family, the Big Skipper, we're the #1 consultants in the world. If you bet sports and we're the best people in the world doing it, give me one reason why we shouldn't be together.
There is none.
We love you. See you. Wouldn't want to be you.
It's Steve Stevens. I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat. I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Popping bub in the club, so twisted.